What? Members only, members only, only, members only, members only, only. What's going on, everybody? It's your girl BondyBlue, and I'm back for what is normally a members only video. Why does my sound so low? What is going on? Hello, hello, hello. I don't know. Y'all let me know what it sound like on y'all end. The reason why hello, hello, hello. Okay. The reason why I decided to make this video live for everybody and not just my members is because something is going on with the website to where they are getting rid of spaces and now we have groups. Okay. So I had to move everybody over and I wasn't going to be able to put it out in time. Um, so check your emails, check bondyblueshow.com to make sure that you are still getting access to the group because that is where the links are posted. Okay. So in order to work all of the kinks out of that situation, I just decided to go ahead and make this live public today. This is gonna be a very, lax situation, girl, because I wasn't planning to be here with all of y'all. Okay. Um, I do want to discuss Real Housewives of Potomac just a tad bit. Because I didn't make any notes for it because again, people think I'm playing. I don't fuck with the show. And I want to talk about it. I want to talk about why I don't fuck with the show. Because I watched, a little bit of last night's episode and I think I've come to the conclusion why I'm just, I'm not here for it. So hold up, let me pull up some Real Housewives of Potomac shit. Let me find something on Bravo Shade Room or something. What the hell, girl? What happened to all of the posts? Well, that's weird. A reality. How is the sound? Because I don't know. Like, and I have some work to do today, so it's like that's some voiceover work to do today. So I absolutely need this shit to be firing on all cylinders. Do I have to restart you, bitch? Is that what you trying to tell me right now? Is that I'm gonna have to restart you, dog asshole? Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all complimenting me, all of that. I appreciate it. Um, oh, okay. Hey, what was that? Hey, thank you. Is it me or do I love seeing comment on TV screen like I'm a celebrity too? I know, right? I love that feature. I was like, okay, come on, new feature. Okay, let's see. Ooh, is there a Real Housewives of Potomac? There is. Okay, got it. Got it, girl. Good. Like the video. So this weekend, you guys, I went to the homecoming for one of the high schools that I attended. It's the one that I intended to graduate from. So I had a really good time. It was nice connecting with everybody. And I am working on my live show. We have cemented the date. So, December 13th is the day for my live stand up that I'm doing down here in New Orleans at a secret location of which you will only find out the location the day of because that's just how this venue works. It's a secret location type of situation. So we're only, I believe, selling 30 tickets to this first show. And I will do more. Don't trip, don't worry about it. I have to do some more stuff for that because I saw the text message from the artist that I want to sing, who is another one of my subscribers. So yeah, you're trying to like keep it, the owner is also one of my subscribers. So it's like, yeah, you're trying to keep it, you know what I'm saying, in the environment, trying to like be reciprocal. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be my first time like doing stand up to, this degree. I really want to use this as an opportunity to work myself up into, being out and not just my own show, but I love the fact that I can't just do my own show. I want to do, the the comedy clubs and shit like that. Like I want to get into that. And I always kind of have. I'm always like very surprised about the way this is, happening. Like the way I was looking for, okay, so what's the next thing? Now that I've done, YouTube and done it full time, and regardless of what anybody say, I feel like I'm extremely successful. So I was just like, what else is next? Like, what do I do next? And stand up feels like something I should try on for size because I think I would be good at it. And the truth of the matter is, like, I keep seeing it. Like, I had with my past life regression, what that was like last year, I had a past life regression. And one of the main things that came out of that was like seeing myself in the future. Like, where are you 5 years in the future? And I was on stage, spotlight and crowd. And what that looked like to me was me doing a stand up. Like that's what that looked like. So like it's just it keeps showing up. And then I got a reading a couple of like what is that? Maybe a week or two ago. And that was another thing. You need to do this show. Like you need to do this show. You need to do this show. So I was just like, okay, all right. I've got it enough. Um, I've got it enough from all of these different vantage points. I feel like I can do it now. So yeah, I'm excited about what that's gonna be and how my mind is now starting to work because I'm focusing on it. Uh, you can't just stand here. I'm stupid. Um, mm, y'all know I've hosted things before. I don't need to try it on anybody else's platform. I can do it on my own. I appreciate that though. It's very, very interesting. I say I'm doing the live show, and it's like you should do it on somebody else's platform first, see if you like it. That's kind of a weird comment. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into reality entertainment TV just for a second because Potomac, right? I wanted to give my thoughts on Potomac, not a full recap. Full recap is for Belle Collective and Love and Hip Hop. We're gonna get into Belle Collective and then we're gonna end with Love and Hip Hop.
On the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Okay. So, all right. I don't want to do too much with this. I want to get to a certain clip. Mm, all right. This'll do. This'll do. Okay, so Real Housewives of Potomac. I just want to say I don't care how much y'all are trying to make Giselle look cool. I still don't like Giselle. I still don't like Ashley. One of the main things I don't like, they're entertaining for the TV show. Ashley is more entertaining than Giselle to me. But the thing that aggravates me about Ashley and Giselle is like this huge margin of hypocrisy that they live in. So like every time you turn around, it's like, Ashley's like, come on, babe. Like you just have to be honest about it, babe. And it's like, but girl, when everything was going on between you and Michael, mums was the word. Like, there's a lot of secrecy going on with that situation. And then you'll explain it to us in a way where you're basically saying, like, it's my business and I don't have to share if I don't feel like it, you know? But listen, babe, I know it's a part of the process. Like, I know, Ashley, and it irks me. It irks me. Football head irks me. Like, just okay. So I don't like the whole Giselle, Ashley, gang up, and then Wendy because Wendy's a follower. And this is the thing I've always kind of disliked about Wendy. Wendy is a fucking follower. Okay. You could tell she's a follower because of the situation that she's currently in. This tells me that you were following the influence of other people, and that is why you are now facing felony charges. And I just don't think facing felony charges for shit like that is smart. Like I just like I'm not playing games with these people in this money. You know what I mean? And a little evil pieces of paper. I'm not it seems like, girl, it, you're fucking up is basically what I'm saying here. But I also feel like it's because you're a follower. Because, any woman with some sense should have been like, yeah, I'm not doing that stupid shit. I'm not doing that stupid. What if we get caught? What's gonna happen? What if I have to go to jail? What if you have to go to jail? Now, what I've also noticed is that we are living in a time where people are desperate and pathetic enough to do shit like this simply so that they can have a big storyline. And I don't know why I'm starting to feel like Wendy does everything as a performance for this show. I feel like now that she's trying to pull herself away from being the educator, And that image that she built for herself, orchestrated by her mother, now she wants to orchestrate who she is in her image, but I don't think it's like real, like connected. Her image, I don't think it's connected to what's going on inside of herself. There's a disconnect that I keep seeing. For instance, this episode where her and Kiarna met up, I don't like Kiarna anymore. Kiarna's energy is way too like, girl, what do you like? What do you calm down? Mm, that's why Wendy was able to make you look like that, because you don't know how to calm the fuck down. I also feel like I don't know why Kiarna is so defensive, but she low key gives she always want to beat somebody ass, and I'm like, girl, why are you this aggressive? She's like a fucking cheerleader, E aggressive, aggressive, BEAGGRESSIVE. Like that's what it's giving, and I want it to stop. It gives maybe an orgasm, maybe some type of yoga. Another thing. Oh, Ashley, Kiarna's homegirl. I like her. Spilling my tea. Ashley, Kiarna's friend Ashley seems like a real person. That's what I really like about her. She seems like a real person. I think she's very beautiful. Um, I just like her. I like the way her face lights up. Like I don't know what it is, but I like her energy. And Giselle, I like her boobage. Okay, like the whole little, is it Angel? It's not Ashley, it's Angel. Okay, thank you. All the A's, y'all. I'm sorry. Angel, thank you. See, y'all, this is how you know I'm not really watching this show. Angel. I like Angel. I liked how she came off, and the way they tried to set her up, the way they are hyper focused on Stacy and her marriage, like who the fuck cares? All of y'all go back to ain't shit ass niggas over and over again, like a Nelly song. I don't know why y'all are up here grandstanding, and we know why, because y'all are doing we've been on this show for so long, so we're gonna make it hard for the younger ones, the ones that are just coming in. We've earned our keep. We've earned our keep. Now it's time for y'all to earn y'all's keep. So then y'all start like creating these moments, which are really like gaslighty to me. Like the moment at the table where Wendy starts talking about how Angel's energy, your energy was so different. Your energy was so different when we talked about this the other day. And the fact that Angel has to explain to a table full of grown ass women who've all had periods, like who've all had hormonal issues at one moment or another. I have to explain to other grown adult women that the reason why my energy is not the same as when you first told me about this situation is because not only has time gone by, but she just apologized. I do feel like Angel is trying to hold on to her friendship with Kiarna, but as soon as Kiarna said, I would hope that that wouldn't happen again, the tone of what she said felt like a threat. And when Giselle said that was a chin check, Giselle, shut the fuck up. I'm tired of people that don't know anything about the words that they're using them out of context. Chin check means to hit someone. That is not a proverbial, like, that's not a metaphor. Like, chin check is to check one's chin. Okay? It doesn't mean something verbal. Okay? As far as I'm concerned. And I feel like Kiarna was using that language because you're all riled up and you're really defensive. And this is the only person that seems to really care about you. And you're like sunning her at this table of people. It's giving, you want to be in charge of the girls so bad. You want to prove that you can be a bully so bad. Like as soon as somebody starts saying something to Kiarna, oh my God, girl. Da, 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 da. Let me tell y'all something. The older I get, the more I come to the conclusion that anytime a grown adult person is having a conversation with me and they decide they want to transition into a fucking teenager and start being, very like, oh my God, like you're having emotions. Yeah, see, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. And that worked on my fucking nerves with Kiarna, because Wendy did it to Kiarna and she was pissed off about it. But then Kiarna turned it around. And I feel like, was doing it in all of these different settings where it's just like, girl, especially with Stacy. Like, I'm still confused on what I wasn't watching last season, so I really don't know why we're so mad at Stacey. And Stacey seems maybe like an unlikable person. Yes. But also I feel like, why are y'all doing all of this? It gives, once again, Real Housewives of Potomac gets together behind the scenes and decides who they're going to create issue with, and that's the season that we get, and I'm annoyed with that. Also, I think it's her mindful meditation thing. She's very light angel. Yes. The fact that all of you demon energy having ass bitches could not enjoy a sound bath. I don't know if y'all have ever had sound baths, right? I've had several. But I had one that was so amazing, like, I started reading people's minds in the room. Like, I didn't realize how much I work off vibration. You work like energy, you work off of vibration. I know it sounds like bullshit, but it's really not. Um, it's just not. It is what it is, just because you can't see it. Like, you could say something to me and now I'm emotionally infected. That's energy. You just threw energy at me with your words. Like, that's why they call like word spells casting. Yeah, that's because your words can automatically affect somebody's energy, how they feel. Okay? So, yeah, the fact that y'all weird hoes don't like sound baths, to me, that's almost like people that don't like sage because you are the evil I'm trying to dispel. Okay? Because you're the negative energy, bitch. It's you. I think that it removes people that things like that, like what do you call it? Uh I don't want to say homeopathic because I don't think that's the right word. But, self-help things like, yoga and all of these different things. I feel like if people have an aversion to them, it's because they have a disconnect in their image and in their inner self. And when you have to do those things and sit still with yourself, if you can't sit still with yourself, it's probably because you have a chaotic energy inside of yourself that you need to get that together. You need to get that together. Okay? Um so yeah, I'm getting into my notes for the other show because I don't have much more to say about this. But yeah, I don't like the way Kiarna's moving. I do feel like y'all are trying to bully Stacey, but Stacey's like dry energy and hard wig, soft life is giving. I don't give a fuck, and I appreciate that. I don't really know if I like Stacey, but I do like the way she's handling the way they're trying to bully her. Kiarna feels like she needs a joint and an orgasm. Okay, a 5 mile run. Okay, something, but like, please calm the fuck down. And I hate when people like pretend to be unbothered and it's obvious that they're not unbothered. And Kiarna is like that type of person. I'm like, girl, girl, cause listen, like all of this is already showing us. Like, so you can like quit with the hands in the lap and the shoulders back and I'm trying to act like I'm unbothered because really your neck is doing a lot of shit. Like, you talking over people, you doing weird shit. And Wendy, Wendy, you're doing weird shit too. I saw somewhere that people said that Wendy and Eddie haven't been together for 2 years, and I don't know what's going on with them. I won't presume to know since they don't really share. I don't know why these people are on reality shows. Listen, y'all, I find so many things to talk about because of social media, and I can find ways to make content out of anything. That's what I'm good at. I don't need reality shows. I've been proving that ever since ever since 90 Day Fiance. I used to review 90 Day Fiance. Everybody at one point used to be reviewing 90 Day Fiance. Okay. 90 Day Fiance decided they wanted to give me a copyright strike because not a notice, a strike because I had a thumbnail from the Family de Chantel on the screen. When they did that to me, I decided I was no longer going to be reviewing that show. Because if I can't use a fucking screenshot to talk about your show, then you don't want me to talk about your show. I also feel like I don't know about what their viewership has done. I don't think I'm personally responsible or anything. But energetically, I noticed that when I stopped reviewing it, a lot of other people stopped reviewing it. People also stopped watching it. Also, it was too fucking long. It was too long. That's nothing. That's why I stopped doing reviews on some of these shows. I'm not watching no hour and 30-minute, 3-hour fucking show. I'm not with all of these people. Energetically is too much. I'm not interested. No, thank you. Okay. Then basketball wives, them hoes decided we was too invested because we felt like we didn't like how they were treating OG and acting like Evelyn's violent ass wasn't as violent. But OG's a violent person, ain't never really put her hands on nobody. Yeah, I didn't like any of that shit. Shawnee and her stiff neck and her flared nostrils told us that we were too invested. Have not reviewed a full episode since. I don't like nobody on Real Housewives of Potomac. I don't. When Candace left, that was the last person that I actually liked enough to keep watching that show. I'm just saying. Like, I'm not that interested. The only reason I wanted to come and talk about it because people was asking me. And I did feel a way about the Wendy situation because I did have an affinity for Wendy. Like outside of the show, I follow Wendy. I don't follow everybody, y'all, just because I follow some people just because it's like, I talk about these things. So I need to know what's going on first, too. And when you are technically, a social media commentator, you got to know what's going on before the blog sometimes. So you have to follow everybody for the most part. Some people I just don't give a fuck. I don't think I follow Giselle. I don't think I follow Ashley Darby. I follow Candace. I follow Wendy. I follow Monique. That's about it. That's about it. I do like Salt Lake City, but I don't want to review it. I would like to casually talk about it. But Lisa Barlow, I cannot stand Lisa Barlow. Yeah. I'm telling you, I cannot stand Lisa Barlow. I just can't. And through it all, God remains faithful. Thank you for the outpouring of love, support, and prayers for myself, most importantly, my family during this time. You're forever grateful. Tune in to Bravo tonight for a new episode of Real Housewives of Potomac. Wendy, get the fuck out of my facial with this. I don't care what anybody's talking about. Wendy, get the fuck out of my facial with this, hun. The reason why I say that, you guys, is because, like, Wendy is not giving me responses that makes me feel like we're in touch with reality. Like, Wendy's responses, again, elusive, aloof. Bella's a box of rocks. Is there anything behind the eyes? You know what I'm saying? And I know I might be like the only one. I know I might be the only one that feels this way, but I often don't give a fuck about being out on a limb by myself. Okay, I'm Tina Marie, bitch. I'm out on a limb. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with her. And I don't mean it in a way to degrade her. I mean in a way that I want her to get in touch with herself and find some authenticity and some connection. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love for her to have some connection to what she shows us, cuz I feel like there's such a disconnect and I don't know how else to describe it. She's beautiful now, but I feel like whatever is inside, I don't know what's inside anymore. She seems empty, vacant, vapid, shallow, if you will. It's beautiful. Like, I mean, gorgeous. Looks, hair, makeup. Listen, she really got one of the best housewives boot camp kits I've ever seen. Okay. After her first season, Wendy came back swinging on you hoes. Okay. But I do feel like there's a level of disassociating that Wendy does in order to fit into this group. And because she does that, she's not showing up authentically. She shows up as someone that's a follower and that only cares about the aesthetic of what she's doing here. And I think it may because when she tried other things, they didn't always work. But So what? Like that happens with everybody. I just I don't know. I just want Wendy to get it together because this is giving sad on some level. I don't like the responses, none of that shit. Oh girl, we have so much to get into. So I mean, yeah, they kept trying to make a moment with Angel. They kept trying to make a moment with Angel. I didn't like it. I'm like, would you please leave that lady the fuck alone? Like, he said, let this be Kay's last season. From how Kay handled Angel, I see why she upset with Wendy. Wendy not falling in line, and Kay don't like that. Yeah, no, Kay absolutely gives somebody that has temper tantrums so that people will go along with what she wants. And yeah, no, Wendy's not gonna do that. Wendy's gonna fall in line with Giselle. Wendy's not gonna fall in line with a newbie. You don't have like what Wendy does is assesses who has the most value in the situation and she follows that person. That's what she does. So no, she was never going to handle that situation like that. Um, but let's get into Belle Collective. Yeah, let's get into Belle Collective. Okay, so Marie, Amanda, Latrice all meet up. Selena was supposed to be there, but her daughter went into labor. So they have a conversation about Letitia and Marie treating Latrice bad in previous seasons. Latrice is throwing a couples only pool party, which is the setup, for Amanda to out what has been going on with Glendale. Tomorrow, what is it? What is this lady name, y'all? On the end, some Tambra. Because it's in my notes wrong. It auto corrected Tamara instead of Tambra, and I couldn't think of it at first. So she's not inviting Tambra because Tambra is with Damon and Damon don't ever come. And I'm like, but you invited Amanda and she just found a random light-skinned stud to bring. And I want to be clear about all of this, y'all. First of all, I want to say that I think that Letitia is a beautiful woman. Like, just I think like she reminds me of Kim Reese. You know what I'm saying? I think she's beautiful, and I think she does have a certain power to her that she is only tapping into right now, not fully standing in it. And the reason why she's not fully standing in it is because she still thinks she needs Glendale. Girl. So we'll read what she posted on social media this weekend after the show aired. But I feel like he keeps her from doing her work because she's so focused on him and their relationship and their marriage and having this perfect picture and, kind of promoting herself as somewhat of a know-it-all. And I just kind of feel like she's doing herself a disservice. Just walk your walk, talk your talk, do your thing. But stop self-sacrificing for a man because it is extremely hard for you to do the things you need to do when you are so worried about him and his feelings and his emotions. And if he's somebody that has already done you wrong, you're walking on eggshells, hun. You're walking on eggshells. That's why you're massaging him and not the other way around. See, for me, I feel like when what women have to come to the conclusion of in situations like this is that, and I'm saying in marriages where they have been giving and not getting the same in return. And I feel like that happens a lot in marriages. Not all, okay, but a lot of marriages, women are already groomed of how they're supposed to be giving up everything for that man in that relationship and his comfortability. Like, everything is you're a wife or you're a mom because, a woman is supposed to be walking in her ownership at all times, meaning that she can never do things just because she wants to do them. She always has to run it through the filter of how is this nigga gonna feel about it. That's just what it is to be married. So, okay. So I get it, you know what I mean? You do want to be considerate of your partner and all these things. But the way women do it is not the same way that men do it to me. And I feel like this is like a childhood thing, right? From childhood, girls are being groomed to give up pieces of themselves and be in servitude and think that that's what they're supposed to do. And that's their only, real goal is to be a wife and a mother. And then they do it and realize that, nah, this shit is not as fun or interesting or fulfilling as I thought it would be. Yes, it's great. Like, don't get me wrong. I can see how being a wife, obviously I'm a wife, but I'm not a mother, but I can still see how being a mother would be so extremely like validating and such a, oh my God, just such a big experience. All of the big feelings, like all of the big feelings. But at the same time, I feel like not everybody should be doing that. Not everybody should be a mother. I don't think that we should be considering it the the telltale sign if one is actually a full-grown woman, and we don't say it out loud, but it often feels that way, that we're always kinda hanging our womanhood on if we are a wife or a mother, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I think women should be individuals, and they should be thinking about what their purpose here is. The same goes with men. I think relationships should be like helpful. Relationships should be something that complements your overall experience. But the way we center relationships in everything is a problem because I think it keeps women specifically and men, but it keeps everybody from figuring out what their purpose is. And once you realize how quick people decide that they don't have a purpose, I have had conversations with people that feel like they don't really have a purpose. And so when they feel like they don't have a purpose, then they feel like all they're supposed to do is like get money and focus on some type of relationship that they can feed off of. And that shit is not healthy. It's not. It's really not. It's not healthy for men or women for them individually to not have higher callings that they are supposed to be doing. And that doesn't always mean something related to a religion or something. That just means that we all have our own walk that we're supposed to be here to experience. And because we get hyper focused on relationships, we don't pay attention to our walk. That's what I believe. And so, and I think that when you are in relationships with people that don't really support you, and don't want you to grow. And a lot of men don't want women to grow because they feel like the women will outgrow them and then they won't have access to those women. And they feel emotionally and sexually like they need women. So anytime a woman is doing something that a man fears will take her away from him, y'all automatically call it disrespect. You know what I'm saying? You automatically, oh, it's disrespect. You're not respecting me because that's a lever that they're supposed to be able to pull, and you're supposed to fall in line with what they want to make them comfortable. And I feel like we don't grow in this life by being comfortable all the time. Oh no, that's just not how it works. And so personally, I feel like that's why you have to decenter these relationships in a way that you have to be like, okay, it's great to have it. It means something, but I'll be okay if I don't have it, and you don't have to be here if you don't wanna be here. And if you want to be here, then we're gonna make the best of it, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not in the business of being in relationships just to be in relationships. I don't think that's no. Like, I would rather be alone. Being with a person is very, like, soul sucking sometimes. So, if the person is not the right fit, if they're not a good person, they're gonna be sucking from your energy just because 'cause y'all are in the same room together. Okay? It ain't even really gotta be all of that. Sometimes energetically, a nigga could drag you down just from how his energy is. It's like he's grabbing onto your shit and falling into the abyss, grabbing your life on while he's being dragged into hell. Okay? That's a lot of the times what it feels like. And this show is like so reflective of the way women are groomed to give give of themselves in a way that is not reciprocated and is intentionally done to distract everybody from doing what they're called to do in this life, whatever that may be. And there should be a journey of figuring that out. But because they make y'all feel like there is no fucking journey. You go to school, you get a job, you get married, you have kids. You work our system so we can make money off your labor, and you have children so we can make money off of the children that will then be put into our labor forces for us to make money off of. Once you realize how they romanticize things so that they can steal from you, you will stop romanticizing these things when they are not worthy of the romanticization. Okay? Things have to be worthy of romanticization. Just saying. So I really do wanna know what's going on with Tambra and Damon, though, and I just wanna say, like, I 'cause I understand, like, keeping parts of your life for yourself, but it is extremely annoying to me how over the years, it seems as if reality shows have become so overproduced that we'll have people on these shows and have no idea who the fuck they are or what goes on in their life. I just like, what are you doing? Like, I don't get it. Like, if we can't know something as simple as the status of your relationship when you're on a show that is about people and their relationships, I don't think you should be on a reality show. I'm tired of people, and this is more than just Tambra, but I'm tired of people milking our attention and what it feels like not giving anything in return for real. And I'm not saying that people need to be laying themselves bare for us to ogle at all times. No. But goddamn, we have no idea what's going on with Tambra and Damon. We have no idea. And I think it's weird. I also think that it's weird that we don't know what the fuck is going on with Mendici and Yandy. They say they don't know what's going on. I feel like that's bullshit. There is an energy that people have on these reality shows where they feel like, yeah, I'm on this show and I don't have to tell y'all nothing and y'all need to get out my business. And I'm like, then get another fucking job. Get another fucking job. This is not the job for that. This is a job for people that are okay with being open. That are okay and feel good about showcasing their lives and they understand that they're gonna get bad with that, but they're also gonna get good, and it's a cycle. There are people that I feel like understand the assignment when you do reality TV. You have to be willing to be open and be bare in order for it to have the desired effect. And if not, do us a favor and just be a regular person. Don't get on no fucking reality TV show and then tell us how we need to mind our business. Bitch, excuse me? Excuse me. Y'all are really getting out of hand. And that's why I feel like, sometimes when the shows make me feel the way, I stop reviewing them because I don't know who the fuck y'all think y'all, talking to. I don't know who the fuck y'all think y'all talking to, but I'll show you how much I can lose interest. Niggas be holding on. Anyway, like at this point for me, loving hip hop is a passion project, bitch. I do it because I've always done it, not because it necessarily gets me the most viewership anymore. Ain't 2013, bitch. Okay. Anyway, we see Carrie and her husband talking about how he needs more from her at this time. She's so focused on her business, she's neglecting him and their kids. Okay, Carrie and her husband. I know last time we talked, I said, I just instantly saw him in my mind, with no shirt on and some type of, young man, put yourself on the ground. I said it, young man. I don't know what it was, but it was just like a vibe about him that was giving, I wanna stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. We got everything for the men to enjoy. You can do it the far you feel. Yeah, it was giving that a little bit when I looked at him. I don't know the man, okay? And I don't think it matters anyway. I tell you all the time, people be, fluid. Married to somebody, I don't mean you only into them. I don't think that's natural for you to only, like that's crazy. I'm be attracted to other people. I'm not judging. I just want to see how this storyline is going to take form because Carrie and her husband kind of just fit a certain archetype of couple that I've seen before. And so I'm just waiting to find out what's going to happen. But, you know, usually niggas is cheating. It don't matter who they cheating with, but they be cheating. So we'll see. Especially when they start complaining about being neglected, and then the next time we see y'all, she complaining about how she's being neglected. So at first she was working and you felt neglected. Now she didn't came home and now you didn't went to work. I was trying to understand what was going on there, but I was like, okay, y'all just trying to create y'all trying to create an issue. See, I can't even trust nothing that goes on Belle Collective because a lot of times I think y'all just be saying, y'all be telling us whatever's going on because y'all just want us to think y'all got shit going on because y'all want us to keep watching the show because y'all want to keep getting y'all checked from Belle Collective and Own Network, and y'all like the attention that y'all get. It probably helps y'all other businesses. Yeah, girl, we get it. But sometimes the way y'all produce content feels so fake and disingenuous. Like Latrice and Selena situation, oh my God, it's absolutely giving. Girl, listen, what we gonna do this season? You gonna act like you ain't know that I got into a car accident? You wanna do that? Let's act like we ain't never talked. Act like I ain't never tell you nothing about the car accident, girl. We live down the street from each other. Make like act like you ain't see the ambulance. Okay, right down the street from Taste. Got one fucking street in, one street out. Y'all acting like y'all didn't know that Selena, like everybody go to the same grocery store. Y'all didn't know. Y'all didn't know. Wasn't nobody talking to each other and texting each other like, oh, y'all heard Selena got in a car accident, huh? No. Stop. Stop. Y'all lying. Y'all talked about it. Cause that don't even make no fucking sense. How y'all that close? Y'all didn't share dick before. Y'all so close, y'all have shared dick. And you mean to tell me that not only is everybody dying over there at Selena house, it's pet cemetery around that bitch. Also, she got in a car accident. Yeah, just hey, Scotty, exactly. Like, and so then it makes me feel bored watching the show. Like, it's so hard for me to stay like invested. And I feel like y'all know how them small towns sometimes only had like that one main street. You know what I mean? I just saying it's all right. But yeah, like when I lived in Zachary, they had like the one main street and then the one main street. And guess what the street was called? It was called Main Street. In Zachary? Oh yeah, girl. Main Street. I said, "Oh, it's that simple, huh?" See, I don't come from no place. I come from where we venerate our ancestors on street signs. Okay? And also name it after what the places used to be named before all of the white people came and took it over. You know what I'm saying? Like we have streets called Chapatulas, St. Charles. All right, Canal. You know what I mean? We don't have a main street in New Orleans. I'm sure there is one, but it's not like just that one main street. You can be on Orleans. You could be on Broad. Okay. You could be on St. Bernard. You could be on Claiborne. Okay. And Claiborne long as fuck. So that's, you know what I mean? You could be, listen, don't be on Washington, but you could be on Washington. Okay. Listen. But no, when I went to Huntsville, one main street. It's one main street. Okay. So I assume Jackson might have just that one main street that Taste is on. I don't know. I don't know why I felt like whatever street Taste is on, that's the street everything on. New Orleans is not that big. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. But we still have like too many streets for us to have one main street. I'm just saying. I'm sure there are other areas, y'all. Okay, listen, don't be offended. Don't be offended. Don't get upset. It's just jokes. Mm. Okay. So Letitia got to pretend as if she has an ideal relationship in order to teach somebody something about relationships. So she invites Selena and Mike down to girl. I don't know what they was doing. Was they dancing? What was they doing, girl? I don't know. I don't even know what they was doing. I just know I was like, what is Selena wearing? Was she about to be hooked into something? I was like, it looked like Selena was about to be hooked into something and lifted up. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what we was here for. I just know that every time there's a scene with Letitia and Glendale, they come in separately and he come in late, which makes me feel like them people is not together. Y'all remember that season? A Love and Marriage Huntsville? Well, the other Tisha, bitch, the other Tisha and Marceau kept coming in at different times and shit. And Tisha looked like she had sparked up her wardrobe and shit. Like she looked like she had went to housewives boot camp a little bit. Y'all remember that? And now they over there fighting for their marriage, they say. I wish women would be ballsy enough to show us when they gotta put their foot on their nigga neck so that he will make life decisions. Are you gonna try to go and find somebody better than me? Is that what you're going to do? Especially now that people know who you are and they could see you as clout or a lick. You're really trying to leave me, whose name a lot of this shit is in. You want to fuck this up? You should do that then. Blow it up. That's the type of energy I would have, especially at this point. When I was younger, no, but at this point, I feel like blow it up. You gonna keep mistreat? Blow it up then. Fuck it. We'll rebuild. Blow it up. But they're always trying to protect the man's image while also trying to teach the man a lesson in the marriage by not being honest about the time that they actually have to break up with these niggas to some extent, you know? And it's like, oh, well, we keeping everybody out of our business. And hey, in real life, I love that for you. On reality TV that has love in the title, bitch, I'm here because I want to know about your messy ass relationship. That's why I'm here, because I want to watch a TV show about other people's messy ass relationships so that I, sitting on my sofa, can make notes and then come up here and make a couple of $100 off a fucking video talking about it. Okay, this is what. Why are y'all making it so hard? My nosy tail Googled populations. Jackson is under 150K, whereas New Orleans is just over 350K. Listen, I appreciate you for doing that, but I already know the difference between where I stay and where they stay. No disrespect. But yeah, when you from New Orleans, you do tend to feel like you better than other people. Even though yes, it is a very grungy, dirty ass, fantastic, magical, delicious place. It's terrible. It's a terrible place to live. Don't move here. You know what I'm saying? But if you from here, you feel like I don't know, like you just grateful that they dropped the slaves off and y'all ended up here. Okay? Yes. All right. I'm sorry. If I had a choice in another southern city to be born, it would not be Jackson, Mississippi. And I love y'all for real. It's not y'all fault, right? It's not y'all fault. I just wanted to be clear and also be a little shady. You could be mad at me. It's all right. Okay? You could be mad at me. I'll accept it. Um, um so yeah, Glenn was late. Selena expressed that Mike is not a good communicator. Girl, girl. I don't know. I just feel like women are always trying to like turn men into what they want them to be. I don't think just men, women, because men do this to women too. Everybody's always trying to like find a partner and then build upon the model, right? Make it better. And I just kind of come to the conclusion that that's not how any of this works. People have to feel their own incentive to be away, right? And so I'm not in the business of changing people. You're gonna come the way you come. Okay. Whatever your model is, you're gonna come in your current model. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, I don't like this current model. And I'm just not gonna fuck with it. Or I'm gonna like the current model, but I'm not gonna tinker with the bitch so that I can turn it into a model that I might want to keep. And I feel like one of the biggest issues you could have with somebody is communication. And so when you decide that you really want to marry a person that you don't communicate well with, I have to ask, why are you getting married? I just want like why are you getting married? And don't say because you love the person, cuz that's stupid. You don't have to, you don't have to marry a person because you love them. So that's not a good enough reason. But I'm just like, why are you like it has to because it's your own motivations. Why you get married, that's your own motivation, right? I got married because I felt like that's what I was supposed to do. That's what I saw. And I wanted the insurance benefits, you know? But it's what I was, raised to do. It was what I was raised to think I should be, right? Now that I've done it, I got the t-shirt, I got the backpack. I don't regret it. Guy is great. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I now on the other side of it see it isn't necessarily necessary. And enough people don't tell you that. Enough people don't tell you that you don't necessarily have to marry people and it might be better if you don't. And you just enjoy them and have a relationship with them and let it be what it's going to be that way if and when and usually when it's time to let things go, it's easier to let things go because a lot of the times people stay in marriages so long because it takes so much to break apart a life. It takes so much to break apart a life. And so people end up staying in fucked up households and situations simply because they don't want to like separate and break shit up. And no, I don't do it. Just like, why are you getting married? Why? I want to know. Is it because the fairy tale I had in my mind? Bitch, ain't no such thing as a fucking fairy tale. Wake up. Wake up, bitch. Bitch, wake up. I'm just saying it's not a fairy tale. It's never going to be a fairy tale. It can be a really like fruitful, amazing experience. It's not a fairy tale. Stop thinking about it like that. That's how you fucking yourself up right now. Thinking about it like it's some imaginary, illusionary thing. I want people to hold on to reality a little bit more. Selena has an all-white event in memory of her son that passed away. Marie is there with Cedric wearing a ring, looking dumb. That's what I put in my notes. Looking dumb. Glenn and Letitia show up separately again. Latrice speaks on all of the things that she's lost, her brothers, her dad. Now Cliff understand, I understand why you call me over and over again. Okay, so apparently he understands why she gets upset when he spends the night at the condos because niggas died, right? Not because she doesn't trust you, but because niggas died, right? So I need to know where you are at all times because niggas died. Yeah, that's weird. I'm sorry. I don't care what y'all are talking about. Y'all are using the passing of y'all's family members as a control tactic. Like I get it, but I also feel like if the man is not communicating, please do not use your son's passing as a way to manipulate him into doing it. Just allow him to be someone that doesn't communicate well enough for you and drop him and find somebody that knows how to communicate. I feel like that's really the only way women get what they want is when they just accept it for what it is and move accordingly. He's not a good communicator. That means he's not a good partner if he's not a good communicator. Y'all are like 50 years old. Like, how much more education do you think he's going to be able to soak into the Beijing on top of his brain? I'm just, I'm wondering about these, right? Latrice calls him over and over again when he decides to sleep at the condos. Tambra says that she has seen Selena not sleeping, not taking care of herself because of the grief. So this is the first step for her and Latrice to move on from their grief. Yes, I also hope that y'all get, grief counselors, people to talk to at these times. when when Selena said that sometimes she wants to talk about her son, but she doesn't want to bother Mike. Please, my God, break up with Mike. Break up with Mike. If you have trepidation behind sharing your emotions and your feelings in a way that is supposed to be supportive, like it's not hard. It's not hard. I want to tell everybody that to sit, hold space, and listen to somebody who you are in a relationship with, who you get sex from, to sit and listen to them talk about how they're feeling about something when they're having a hard time. It's not that fucking hard. You are already there. You're fucking her, you're living there, y'all are eating together. Is it really that much to listen to her when she wants to talk about her son? She shouldn't even feel any fear to talk about her son with you, especially since you seemingly used her son passing as a way to get her in a weak moment, a woman you might not otherwise have been able to get access to. So I feel like if there's nothing you can do, you need to sit and listen to her. But I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. When you're talking about something that is emotional for you, and the person that you're talking to is not paying you any mind, and they've now went somewhere else in their mind, and they're not listening, and you emotional, it feels like somebody just dropped you. It feels like you were like in somebody's hands, and they just dropped you. That's what it feels like. And then they make to me, I've had those moments and I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna stop talking. Oh, and motherfuckers hate when I stop talking. You know what I mean? But like I'm not gonna share anymore if I don't feel comfortable to share. I'm not doing it. I'll find somebody else to share my feelings with. I won't be fighting with you to share them with you though. Like that's out. That's out. Um, so yeah, more and more evidence that Selena needs to just let this relationship go. Let him be your little friend until another little friend that is better comes along. Act like the rest of these older women that are not about to remarry no fucking body again. They date, they have a boyfriend for a little while, and when that boyfriend runs his course, you get another one. And sometimes you don't even realize how you might be upgrading every time you get a new one because you're so willing to let motherfuckers go when it's not working out. I'm just saying. Um, Latrice has her couple's pool party. Amanda brought Marie's cousin Javon. Child, she looked like a Javon. Essie brings her husband, because y'all know they got to put that extra U in it. Husband. Okay. Amanda jokes that she thought Marie was Essie's husband, and Marie has to check Amanda. They play a game asking, "Where's the craziest place you ever had sex?" They were asking all kind of like crazy questions. Y'all know what this is. Okay. This is a setup. But I don't feel no type of ways about it because Letitia been setting people up since she got on this motherfucking show. That's all Letitia do is set people up. So yeah, no, I feel no ways. I feel no ways. Okay. They setting her up. That's fine. She been doing it to everybody else. She did it to Tambra. She did it like who else? Like it's been so many times I feel like Letitia has been producing people and putting them on blast. I knew Essie was married. I think I had heard them talk about it. I just had never seen him. But y'all know, like, girl, lesbians are always married to men. TikTok. TikTok said, hey, there are a lot of lesbians, especially like Generation X. It's a lot of Gen X lesbians with like the best guy you've ever seen before, like as their husbands. They have great relationships. They go fishing. They go hiking, they go biking in the mountains and shit. Like this be like white women, but like this fits black women sometimes. But like white women, yeah, it's like I had a teacher like that was like that in 8th grade. I had like this like overly masculine, aggressive ass white teacher that had a boat on top of her car all the time, and she was very happily married. And I'm just saying. And then, like, another one of my coworkers, the way I would hear him talk to his wife on the phone, this man was like a fucking lumberjack. He smoked cigars and had guns all over the place. He's a photographer. But he's a fucking lumberjack. He has big old legs, the type of person that you want to be nice to. Because if they ever decide to come back to the job and shoot everything up, you want to make sure that they don't do it to you. Right. So I was always really nice to him. But he was just I have a tendency to treat people how they treat me, and he was nice to me, so I was nice to him. Um, but yeah, I would hear him sometimes answer the phone, like he's somebody people are literally scared of. He answers the phone when his wife calls. He's, "Hello, hello, dear." Like it is the most softening and I'm like, probably married to another woman. He's married to a lesbian that loves him to pieces, and they shoot together. Okay, they fish. You know what I'm saying? Look like people like you would have to be with a woman that is like you in that way, right? So yeah, they're out there with their fishing shirts on and shit. You know what I'm saying? They have like little knives with their initials cut in it, you know what I mean? Like, especially if they're a PE coach. Yes. That's trying to sound crazy, but I noticed the lesbians be having better husbands than a non-lesbian is because there's more options. Well, not really. It's because we tend to not deal with bullshit. Like we are way less, you know, like I barely like you niggas. You should want me to like you. I barely like you niggas. You should want me to like you. Right? And so those men a lot of the times, like they like that. They like it. I don't know what that is, y'all. But they like the fact that, the women are very cemented in how they are. They like that the woman isn't a pushover. I don't think, a lot of people realize that, but even if men don't like women that aren't a pushover on some level, they respect them more than the women that will allow them to do anything to them. That's why a lot of times a nigga will always be in love with the one that got away because the fact that she actually left is the part that they can't reconcile with. Cause yeah, it's the respect. Yeah, they respond more to respect. They really do. But women have to walk in that. As soon as you start, acting like you don't know who the fuck you with, then you cut it off. You withdraw. Shut it down. No more energy. No more sex. None of the things you enjoy out of this arrangement. Cut it off. No, for real. I say that all the time. I'm like, I've kind of come to the conclusion now. People be like, oh, you hate men. And I'm like, "You're right. Everybody but my nigga. You're right. I hate all you niggas. I hate all you niggas except for my nigga. I hope nothing but worse for all of you niggas except for my nigga." Okay? I hope all of the bad things happen to you and nobody else but you. Okay? But not my nigga. Okay? And they be acting like that's weird. They be acting like, no, you want me to be a hoe. Is that right, sir? Because if I'm caring about all of you niggas, then I'm being a hoe. I thought y'all didn't want us to be hoes. Oh, okay then. I don't care about the rest of you niggas. You want me to be a hoe. Then you could judge me for being a hoe. I think fucking not. Okay? You're not tricking me. So yeah, they was playing this game, right? Craziest place you ever had sex. All right, y'all put in the comments. What's the craziest place you ever had sex? I want to know. Um, oh, me. Let me think. What's the craziest place I ever had sex? Oh, I feel like the craziest place was in the woods. In the woods. When I really think about it, yeah, in the woods on a picnic, on a picnic table in the woods. So yeah, that was a good time. Okay. Um, in my dreams, y'all play too much. Hospital parking lot. Oh, roof of a Taco Bell. My God, that's a good one. Let me see. Hotel stairwell on a vacation. My God, today. Movie theater. Child, we all did it in the movie theater. I feel like everybody did it in the movie theater. If you was a teenager, you had to do it in the movie theater. Where else could you go? Okay. Bayou sex sound good. At church. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So I didn't have sex, but I absolutely kind of fooled around in the church's building. Like, the building, the administrative building that is behind the church. I absolutely was rolling around on the ground while our mothers were at choir practice. Yeah. But I ain't had no sex. Okay. I was a teenager and I was a fucking lady. Okay. So yeah, I rolled around on the ground, but wasn't nobody penetrate me. Okay. Wasn't nobody put no dick in me. And I was, you know what I'm saying? I graduated from high school. Okay. Then I was like, okay, let's see what this dick is all about. Had priorities, okay, had things to worry about. Okay. I said same thing. My guy knows I hate men and I barely like. Listen, I think they know why. I think most men with sense, they don't like other niggas neither. That's why niggas that hang in groups or sometimes I be like, you know what I mean? Like you need that, like in order for a man to be anyway decent as a person, he has got to enjoy being around women. Like he has to. He has to enjoy being around women. Because what I've noticed is that niggas that need to be around other niggas, they need their validation and they often do follower ass shit. The men that might be the only man in the room with a bunch of women is there because don't nobody feel like doing all of that dumb shit y'all about to be over there doing. You know what I mean? Like men tend to like do all of this little passive aggressive shit to dominate each other in moments, and you're joking and all of that shit. Death by 1,000 cuts, motherfuckers. Yeah, I feel like I enjoy like the men that are like, yeah, I hang around mostly women. It might be mostly their family, but the men that are comfortable being around mostly women and kind of have like a homeboy or two, but don't really hang in no large group of niggas. Yeah. Like have male friends and have real male like y'all know shit about each other's lives and shit, real friends. But then also, I'm not hanging with no group of niggas all the time. Like, a group of us might link up ever so often. But like as a normal thing, or I'm out with a group of not out with a group of niggas all the time. It's weird. Okay. Yes, Bondi. No frat bras, no athletes, no men who roll in all male packs. Yes, no. That's I don't know what that's about, but mm-mm. Okay. Under a waterfall in Turkey on the beach in Italy. While some Italian watched and got off. Oh, in the command master chief desk in the Navy. Well, I hope all of that was consensual. Command master chief desk in the Navy. I swear, yeah, I would expect that from you service motherfuckers. Y'all some freaks. That all sounds fabulous though. That all sounds fabulous. True, they have surface relationships with other men, limited conversations to sports. Yes. A man with a good mother and sisters. Yes. Okay. Shout out to my husband. Okay. He had a brother too, but still. And also, like nigga that do not hang in packs. Like, like no. Okay. Where's my old lady at? Nigga, get off of me. I'm going home. What's wrong with you niggas? Niggas that hang in groups sometimes be feel like your homeboy won't fuck you. You know. Ass nigga. Anyway, so they did that. It all comes out because Amanda couldn't help herself, y'all. Amanda could not help herself. She had to tell us that Glendale was in her text messages and he was trying to holler at her. And then I didn't like the way Glendale raised up on the lesbian, on the stud girl. And the reason why I didn't like the way he raised up on the stud girl is because niggas always do that, right? Niggas are like naturally competitive in every aspect for no fucking reason, especially niggas like Glendale. So you see a stud and you know that's your competition. A stud, a stud is Glendale's competition. Because it's true. Look at Amanda is the proof that he's in competition with stud chicks. Right? Because listen, these are people whose dicks are not going to be aging, right? Because they're pulling them out of a backpack. You're in competition with a stud, Glendale. The way he adorns himself, the way he dresses, I bet you he smell like so much cologne. Okay, nigga, Stacey Adams and $400 sneakers and shit. Like, yeah, that nigga is absolutely in competition with studs. Like a stud can steal your old lady, absolutely, because she'll have a similar masculine but curated aesthetic. Okay, don't find you a bitch that knows something about slacks and button downs and you know what I'm saying, briefcases and bit. Like, don't get you a bitch with a real nice house. What? A stud bitch that got a real nice house that know how to decorate, meaning she's not a nigga. Oh my God. Because there are a lot of stud chicks that are niggas and they don't know how to decorate. They might put their own art on the walls. That's it. Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm going off. But anyway, that's why Glenn had to go at that lady like that. And also because he a bitch ass nigga, right? So to me, bitch ass niggas are always like feeling inferior to like women that date other women. It's weird, right? Because studs know they're women. Like the definition of a stud is a black mask lesbian. That's the definition. Niggas like Glendale will look at a woman like Javon and be like, you think you a man because you're dressed in these clothes. But no, that's not what's happening. Nobody thinks they're a man and nobody actually wants to be a man. This is where y'all start to understand that gender situation. Everybody's favorite color that has a vagina isn't pink. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Bitch, what's a Swift? Is that a lesbian that likes Taylor Swift? What is that? Is that a white mask? What is that? I'm about to die. I'm sorry. But yeah. So in my mind, y'all, I feel like punk ass niggas like Glendale, like they'll come at women like that because they're a man and they know that they can physically overpower a woman. And then when they see a woman that is, dressed in mask clothes, they feel intimidated because they think you trying to be like a nigga. What you gonna nigga better than me? Like you could tell Glendale is one of those people because the way he moved with Marie, like just always making them little slick ass comments and shit. Like, why do you feel like you're in competition with Marie, you weird ass nigga? Like, and then y'all be like, I'm a man. Obviously not, because you're competing with me. You can't be a man competing with me. If you're a man, go compete with other men. Don't compete with me, Glendale. I'm not a man. I just shop in the men's department. And this is a free country, so I can. And I don't know about y'all. Like, I do like wearing tight stuff sometimes because I'm fine as fuck. But there are also sometimes that I don't like the fact that clothes are always clinging so tightly to my skin. And so I end up dressing baggier and it looks more mass when really it's just like I don't want to wear tight ass clothes. It's hot. I don't I don't want the, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting into my like, y'all see me in a lot of like flowy shit. You know what I'm saying? I do flowy shit. Like these. Oh my God. Y'all have these. I just got another one in I think it's blue. Gray, cream, orange, and blue. And this is like a onesie, okay, with big pockets. And the fabric is fantastic, okay? Because I can't stand no uncomfortable ass fabric. But I don't want to wear, like, I wish I would leave people alone. Because I do feel like if you look masked, if you look like a stud, like you automatically attract a certain energy from men because they automatically feel like y'all are in some invisible competition that y'all are not in. But I will remind you niggas, you don't own these bitches. I'm just joking. Okay. No, but essentially you don't own women. They don't belong to you. Women can be whatever they want to be. So, Letitia Pearson, I hope you guys were entertained by last night's episode of Belle Collective. Watching the reliving, watching and reliving that moment of betrayal and seeing how it all led up was truly disheartening. Prior to the event, I was told by my friend, castmate, that I would be approached about the reunion. Not one time was it ever shared with me that I would be approached about my husband. In one breath, I felt horrible for even sharing my reality because it's constantly being weaponized and used to carry my castmates. But in the other breath, I remember how many people have told me they were inspired by my transparency. That reminder keeps me grounded in my purpose. Okay? Okay? I know who I am, and I stand firm knowing that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. It's crazy how life reminds us to be mindful of who we allow around us. Just because people smile doesn't mean they're genuine. And just because you lay beside someone doesn't mean they have your best interest at heart. Because, girl, he fucked a bitch that don't like you. Ain't nothing worse than when a nigga fuck a bitch that don't like you. Cause to me, that's almost an extension of how much he really don't like you. That he would pick somebody he know, cause niggas be knowing. You know, if you sit down and talk to a bitch, she gonna automatically give you some type of vibe about how she feel about your woman. She's gonna do it, right? And that's what I feel like Amanda did. And you could tell by the way Amanda was talking about Letitia that she don't like her. for whatever reason. And I think y'all make it up in y'all mind that it's to protect or in protection of Latrice's ass. But please fucking stop. Like, don't get me wrong. They have done some things to Latrice, but Latrice has done some things to other people as well. That shit she tried to do to Lakeisha, Akeisha, child, not Lakeisha, Akeisha. That shit she tried to do with Akeisha at Taste and make it seem like her and Willie was the ones that was, running through with all of the people and all of that. Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that shit. All of y'all have done snake ass shit to each other. So I don't understand everybody. What you did to my friend, girl, shut the fuck up. You was smiling in that lady face. You was acting like y'all was cool. That lady said, we friends, we cool. Like, so to me, you was presenting it like you and that lady was cool like that. And all the while you was fucking, Timu little Boosie behind her back. You was a rabbit ass bitch. I don't get you, girl. I don't care what nobody talking about. But Letitia, I want you to be very motherfucking clear that Amanda is not the only problem here, because to me, the fact that he would even fuck with her is an extension of how much he hates you. This is a season to protect your mind, body, and soul. Use discernment. Trust no one but yourself and God. I understand the contents of my life and my purpose I hold, so I know attacks will come, but I'll always stand in faith, knowing no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Thank you to everyone that's been showing me love and sending encouragement. Can't say too much right now, but stay tuned. Girl, I hope that means you're going to divorce him. I hope that means you're going to divorce him. I hope that's what that means. But yeah, like Scotty said, bitch, you are the one who did this to everybody. Like, you did it to Tambra. You always trying to spray somebody. You was always trying to put somebody business out there for the betterment of this show. So I don't feel bad for Letitia. And I also feel like how many times you was gonna let Glendale cheat on you. Because to me, I don't understand like why y'all tell yourselves apart about niggas that cheat. Because it's like, well, niggas cheat, y'all. They do. And once you understand that you have a nigga that cheats, so if you have more than 2 times or you have had to have an issue with this man about cheating on you, he's a cheater. He's not going to stop cheating until nobody wants to fuck him. He's not going to stop cheating. He's always going to cheat. So you have to then decide, okay, do I want to be with a man that always cheats, or do I want to leave? If I'm going to be with a man that always cheats, I can't keep getting surprised when I find out he's cheating. So I'm going to have to either have my own situation, be like, okay, nigga, you got it. But you can't keep getting upset and getting your pressure all, high and everything every time this nigga do exactly what he's always done. And also, we're tired as the viewer. I'm tired of seeing you go through this with this nigga over and over again. I am. So we're gonna take a quick little break, and then we're gonna come back for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. But these mofos have me tired. Okay?
You guys, what can I say about this trip I just had to Bali with Reset by Design Wellness? It was amazing. From dealing with the healing aspect and being in community with other women who share similar experiences and also who don't, but seeing the bonds that we created, that was amazing. Just the excursions and all the beautiful things we got to see around Bali and experience, and the accommodations were beautiful. The villa was amazing and we had such a great time. I definitely look forward to going back, hopefully on one of the trips next year, hopefully for Mauritius. But shout out to Ty, Keena, and Bondi. You guys did an amazing job. Ty and Keena with putting the trip together and just making sure that you guys cater to like high expectations. And I love that because I can be a little bit of a bougie travel girl. So I appreciate the level of accommodations and just the types of activities that we did. And Bondi for marketing and putting it out there to your community, because that's how I found it. So thank you, because I'm so thankful that I was able to experience this and hopefully experience more and be part of the sisterhood that came from this, because it seems like it's amazing, and I'm so excited to keep in touch with everyone that I met. You guys have been so great. So can't wait to go back on another trip with Reset by Design Wellness, you guys.
All right, and the link is down below in my description box for both Reset by Design Wellness and Tamari's Fab Hair international hair care line, which is really amazing. Okay, I love the moisture mist. It's my fave. I think she has a sale going on. Also, y'all can use uh my code down in the description box and get a discount on your order. But let me tell y'all something. I love the shampoo. I can't tell you enough how much I love the shampoo and the conditioner, the stimulate and soothe shampoo, and then the moisture mask. It had my hair smelling so good. Really, 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 really good. Okay, so y'all try the products. The link is down below in the description box. Okay, shout out to my girls. Shout out to my girls. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's get into the love in the hip hop Atlanta, y'all. Da-da-town. Okay. So Rennie goes off on Lil Zane because Lil Zane is always dropping his nuts on everybody else. But when it comes to his own situation, he's running, hiding, acting like a whore. Okay. Young Jock wants to kill the beef after he's done screaming and relenting that men can't do this and women can do this, but men can't do this. And oh my God. I wish y'all would get out of these like immature ass conversations with this competition of who's, fucking up the worst today. Like it's just obnoxious to me, to tell you the truth. I think at some point grown adult men should stop acting like children, and he's having a temper tantrum. The entire episode, last episode, in the beginning of this episode, Jock was having a fucking temper tantrum. Now, I don't know what's going on with him and Kendra, but it feels like he's going through it emotionally. I don't know if Jock is in therapy, but he needs to be. He needs to talk to somebody. Because to me, this episode, he did the most with the partying and drinking and shit. And I low key felt like that was because on some level, that nigga is going through it about that marriage. Okay. And see, that's what I'm saying about not picking the right partner, how exhausting a relationship can be, how much it can suck your energy, how much it can stress you the fuck out if you really not supposed to be in a relationship. And Kendra and Jock are one of them situations where I feel like, did y'all have to get married? Could y'all have just been a cute little couple and enjoyed each other, and Kendra kept her place and you kept your place? And I just sometimes feel like because people want to force cohabitation and marriage onto relationships, they don't really think about if that's actually best considering the type of people that they are and the type of lives that they live. It would probably be better if Kendra wasn't so close to Jock. That way he could live his life in a way that doesn't disturb her. And they, spend time when they spend time. And then that would mean y'all would have to be more intentional about the time that you do spend together instead of feeling like you spent time just because y'all was in the same room on y'all phones together. Because I'm saying you got to put your phone down. Okay. Like, and it's so hard. Like, it's so hard. Me and Lyric was trying to play a game last night in a way I could not get off TikTok. Oh my God. I need help. Selma swears that she wasn't cheating. Yes, you were. She was talking to dude. She apologizes to 24 hours. 24 hours says it was smear campaign. 24 hours, it was not a smear campaign. It was fucking true. Nobody was trying to make your wife look bad. But if that's the lie you have to tell yourself in order to not physically harm her because you've just been embarrassed by the fact that she was cheating on you with a stupid nigga, do what you must. Okay. Whatever lies y'all got to tell yourselves to be okay with the situation. But it sounds like to me, y'all have repeatedly dealt with this. And, I got a pass and I'm not perfect. Yeah, that's what people always say when they get caught fucking up. But essentially, this is something where I feel like if we was just being honest with ourselves, we would just be real and not even bother being upset about it. Okay. The nigga take care of you. He love you, but he is also, not that attractive. Got a nice energy to him. Somebody you might want to spend a day with, but you might want to go fuck somebody else. So instead of just being, single and enjoying your time with him and then having other people that you can go and fuck without the guilt and the shame, you want to be married so that he could financially secure you. Um, and you can cheat on him. When really you could have just been a single woman and he could have been at the top of your roster. Like, I don't know. Maybe my mind's just girl. I don't know. But Selma's lying. 24 hours is deflecting, so he doesn't have to be mad at Selma. And everybody's throwing it on Zane. And I want to say this, y'all. Zane is an annoying little nigga. Zane is an annoying little nigga. But I think everybody's using him as a scapegoat because him and Ashley are the newest people on the cast. So in one way, y'all are mistreating them because they're the newer people on the cast. Then y'all have this situation with Zane, where Zane is the one that goes around making little slick ass bitch ass comments, okay? Because he feels so defensive about the fact that everybody knows that he cheats on Ashley. Well, you do it in front of everybody as if you don't think that anybody's going to say anything. You're a fucking idiot. Okay? You flirted with that other girl on national television. Of course everybody was going to say something about it. You're an idiot. Take the L. Take the L. Stop trying to pass it around to other people by wanting to bring up what Rennie going through and all of this other shit. Like, stop with the bitch shit, bruh. Stop. But they were absolutely directing their anger towards him so that it wouldn't be directed towards Mama D and it wouldn't be put back on the fact that ain't nobody fucking lied or put no smear campaign on Selma. Selma can say it was old if she wants to. It wasn't old enough. It wasn't old enough. Okay? And I want 24 hours is just 24 hours know what's going on. You just got to act a fool in front of everybody. But like, you know what's going on. You know what the deal is. You're not dumb, but you love her. You want to be with her. So you're going to let her do what she do. Scrappy, Brittany, 24, and Selma go on a double date. I hate the way Scrappy gets to skate out of this situation as if he also did not know the same information that Zane knew. Yeah, Zane told him, but at the same time, he knew too. You close for 24 hours too. And why aren't we mad at the fact that Mama D could have pulled him to the side since y'all act like y'all been around each other off camera and y'all really cool like that? Why the fuck wouldn't Mama D pull him to the side? There was no accountability for Mama D in the situation, which made me feel like y'all overloaded on Zane. When Scrappy tells 24 hours that he made Zane feel less of a man, he made him feel small, and then 24 hours says he got that small man syndrome. Scrappy, you made Zane feel small when Zane said, "Don't touch me," and you touched him anyway. Because you still have the childlike mindset. If somebody asks you not to touch them, you don't perceive that as, "Oh, okay, shit, my bad, I ain't touching you then." You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, a person has a right to not want to be touched by other people, regardless to how you feel slighted about it. Your feelings feel hurt because the nigga said don't touch him, but then you touched him because you wanted to punk him. You are the one that made Zane feel small, and Zane had to, pop off like a little spider monkey and get grabbed and pulled away by security. And I told y'all that was exactly what he was supposed to do in that situation, because people are always going to take allowance with Zane because he's small. That's why he's so quick at the mouth. That's why he's so quick at the mouth. I bet you his entire life people have been taking his kindness for weakness and trying to punk him because he's small. That's what I imagine, because that's what they were doing, like Scrappy and all of them. That's what they were doing to Zane. So when Scrappy threw that on 24 hours, I was just kind of like, you take no accountability, but Mama D is your mama, so that makes sense. Everyone meets up. Zane apologizes to everybody. Rennie said, "Good, I don't have to call my nigga." Okay, so while I do understand the "don't make me call my nigga," because I've had moments where I'm like, man, please don't make me call my nigga. You know what I mean? Like, because people say, that nigga has a switch. The nigga has a switch. I've only seen the switch maybe once or twice in the entire 15 years that we've been in this relationship. I've only seen that switch go and listen. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want to be at the behest of it. Okay. So I'm not one for the I'm gonna go get my nigga on people shit. I'm not the one for that. The way Rennie was doing that, I didn't like that because I'm like, Rennie, that nigga don't respect you, and you was gonna call him because Zane don't respect you. I don't know, but I just kind of felt like, oh, so you gonna call a nigga that treats you bad to check this nigga? I guess, like, I guess that makes sense. I don't know, but I was annoyed by it because I was just like, girl, call that stupid ass nigga that told you he was gonna kick you out. I don't give a fuck if he didn't really kick you out. He told you he was going to. He could actually verbalize those words to you. That's wild to me. Zayn admits that he does too much slick talking. Ashley gets emotional because Rennie is saying how she can see that she has to be able to pop back quick. It's both of them. Ashley and Zayn be moving the same way, but I feel like Ashley don't really be saying nothing that's that bad. I haven't heard Ashley say anything that was that serious this entire time. I don't, I think Spice blew that whole situation out of proportion, being asked, would it suck your mother mean? Like, because Spice is defensive and feels like people are always against her because she's a fucking bully. Because you're a bully. So you feel like if people aren't falling in line with you, then they're against you. Spice has delusions of grandeur because she's actually successful as an artist. So that translates in the way she treats people. Like they're always supposed to be bowing down to her and kissing her ass. It's annoying. And so I feel like the way she handled Ashley was a reflection of I don't have to respect you because I'm Spice and you're new here. And I think that's some weird shit for a grown woman to do. I think that's really like lame. I think it's lame and weird for you to still be a mean girl at this age because she was being rude to Ashley. When she called Ashley delusional to her face, don't get me wrong. Like she wasn't wrong, but it's just the way you handle people. And you seem to like feel like it didn't matter how you talked to that lady or how you handled her. And you could just talk to her any kind of way and she wasn't supposed to feel a way. She wasn't supposed to respond. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird to me though. Um, but Ashley was crying. Ashley was crying because I do feel like Ashley feels like she's been being ganged up on. And I was arguing with somebody on Instagram. It was like it was one on one when it was with Spice. It was one on one when it was with Carly. And I'm like, that's not how life works. Okay. If a couple goes on a trip with a whole bunch of other couples and one of the women is getting into it with several or a couple women on the trip, because it's really not several, it's a couple. You could pinpoint exactly why individually these people have an issue with Ashley, and it's not because she said something crazy or outlandish in the group. That's not why. Okay. Um, Spice is mad because she felt like Ashley was on Bambi's side. Period. Carly, because Carly is a fucking weirdo. And because she's a sexual deviant, and now you're trying to act like you weren't propositioning that girl because they didn't want to fuck you. You embarrassed. So now you want to act like you're above the whole shit you used to be on back in the day. And so now you're trying to act like you didn't do what you did by calling Ashley a liar, trying to make it seem like she lied about something. She didn't lie about anything. You're playing semantics so you can make it seem like she's lying. And then it also helps you get in good graces with Spice. Because if you and Spice could be beefing with the same person and y'all can be teamed up like the, kitty lickers that y'all once was when you moved across the street from her. That's what I think is going on. And then with Scrappy is doing that projection thing where you know that you've done something fucked up to another person, like by proxy, like because you were trying to get back at Zane for, I forgot whatever the fuck it was. I think him and Bam went back and forth. Zane said something. I forgot what it was, but Scrappy and Zane got into it. So Scrappy decided to leave the live on his page that showed Zane flirting with the girl in London. And that got Zane in trouble with Ashley. Well, then eventually he and Scrappy make up. And then Scrappy act like it was all just a mistake. But Scrappy knows that Ashley feels a way about him because you put it up, because you left it up there. Like, right? So he feels guilty. So then he makes it seem like Ashley has a problem with him, or that Ashley doesn't have a right to be weary of Scrappy, because it seems like you be right there along with him when he's disrespecting me. And then when it is convenient for you, you will put him on blast and embarrass me further. Yeah, I could be weary of you, Scrappy. I could not really think you're somebody I should, really be that cool with. But the times with Scrappy, you remember y'all, they were all standing there and she was like, I forgot this was supposed to be a guy's trip. And he turns to, Spice and Carly and asks, what is Ashley's problem? And I was like, what did they edit out? Because saying that this was supposed to be a men's trip is not a slick ass comment like that. I don't understand. I was like, why are you acting like what she said was out of pocket or something? And then Spice and Carly started laughing and going along with it. And then you could tell that Erica and Rennie don't really want to go along with it, but feel compelled to. I really appreciated Rennie this episode because everybody's being full of shit on some level. Let me go back into the notes. But yeah. So okay, Ashley starts crying about putting her pride to the side, making up with Carly, and her joining Spice in on the bullying. Carly is rolling her eyes like a teenager. Okay, yeah, so this is that scene. So I appreciated Rennie in this scene because she really did like moderate the situation. But did anybody pay attention to the fact that at some point Rennie got pissed off with Carly? Rennie got pissed. And you could tell that she was getting physically upset by the way Carly was talking to Ashley. Because at some point, Ashley is crying, but Ashley is like, I did try to talk to her. I did try to take her to the side and put everything to the side, but she keep acting weird. She keeps saying that I'm lying and I'm not lying. Like, you did say this to me. Carly is rolling her eyes and then calls her because you're a dumb bitch. Rennie said, talk nice. When Rennie said, nah, you need to talk a little nicer. Because it's like, at what point are the other adults in the room going to say, Carly, you are being extremely disrespectful, and I don't know how you expect her to be respectful to you when this is how you are talking to her. I was so confused by the way people allow for Carly to act a fool like this. And I think it's because everybody is just used to it. At one point, Jock interjects and says he feels like everybody is going through their own personal shit because he has to take a moment to project his shit into the scenario. And that's why I got mad at the way y'all decided to pull Zane out of the conversation and say that he needs to stay out of women's business because Jock, you are not staying out of women's business in this moment. You spoke up and gave your perspective as well. Like, these are group settings where everybody's talking, but as soon as Zane sticks up for Ashley, it's a fucking problem. But everybody else can jump in and speak on behalf of Carly. Everybody else can jump in and speak on behalf of Spice. Everybody else can jump in and say what they want to say. But when Zane jumps in on behalf of Ashley, now it's a fucking problem. Yeah, I'm still not coming up off that because this scene right here was even more of a telltale sign of that. Because as soon as, Zane jumps in, because Carly actually brought him up. Carly says, instead of Zane talking to his woman and letting her know that this is like a sister to me, you are not like a sister to him, bitch. You propositioned him, you freak. Okay? He doesn't have to say that you're his sister. But then she's saying that, and Ashley and Zane say, no, we did have that conversation. And then Carly says, see, I can't even talk. It's like you don't want to have a conversation where we get past it. You're actually employing a lot of different tactics so you can keep flipping it and making it seem like Ashley is the problem in this situation. And to me, the fact that Rennie would not let the conversation be that way, Rennie kept interjecting to make sure that the conversation was going right. To me, that was the only reason we eventually got to a point where Carly was sorry and hugged her and genuinely stopped being an asshole. But at some point, I saw Jock turn, and when she called Ashley a dumb bitch and Ashley got up and was walking off and she was crying, I saw the way Jock turned around and looked at Carly. He was looking at Carly with this look on his face like he was disgusted with her. And I feel like I wish that y'all would have expressed to Carly how fucked up she was for that, because she really was like taking it above and beyond. And Ashley's sitting there just crying. Like Ashley is like, I did try to talk to her. I have been trying. And Rennie knows that. And Rennie spoke up and was like, I've been hanging around her. And I really do feel like she is trying to fit into the group. And she's here by herself. When Rennie said up out of her mouth, she's here by herself, that's the same thing I said. And that's the reason why I feel like I don't like the other men trying to tell Zane not to stand up for his wife in these situations with all of these fucking people. Because I feel like if the two lesbians, if Carly and Spice, kitty clicking asses, can join up against somebody, why the fuck Zane can't jump in with his wife? Y'all fucking, they fucking, why can't Zane defend? Oh, because he's a man. He's short though. Give him a pass. Fuck. Carly really was annoying me. I was glad that Rennie took control of the situation. Mendici and Jock take Zane to the side, tell him he to stay out of women's business. Really, this is an opportunity for Mendici to say, you making no joke out of my relationship. And, you know, you don't keep my wife's name out of your mouth. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Stop acting like you care about your wife. Stop acting like you respect your wife, Mendici. There was so many times when you had the opportunity to act like you gave a fuck about your wife and you didn't. But now that everybody wants y'all to talk about y'all very public, messy ass relationship, now you want to act like, oh, y'all better respect my wife. That's bullshit. It's not about respecting Yandy. It's about people not holding you accountable or talking about the fact that you just like everybody else on this motherfucking show, slinging dick, cheating, and lying about it. You are not fucking special because you stay quiet, pretend to be stoic, and have your fucking sunglasses on at night. Like, no, Mendici. And I'm tired. Because everybody keeps letting Mendici skate with this bullshit. Like, y'all remember I used to be calling him tight teeth Mendicis because he talk, you know what I'm saying? He talk, he got his jaw like really, you know, shut, right? He talks like this. Tell Zane, you know, it's all love though. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. Like, you was basically threatening Zane. Like, all of y'all be basically telling Zane, I might beat your ass if you don't act accordingly. Like, that's basically what y'all be saying. And so for me, I feel like Zane needs to adopt a crazy spider monkey persona. Like, I think I need for y'all to be scared that he's gonna jump on your back and bite your ear off or something. Like, you need to be scared that Zane is gonna pull a knife out of his pocket and jug you like a prison fight or something. Like, y'all need to, like, that's how you have to be, because otherwise these niggas are gonna keep taking allowance with the fact that he's smaller than them. And as a small person myself, I know how crazy I actually have to be in order for people to understand that I'm not to be played with. And I will listen. I don't want to go to jail. I don't I don't want to go to jail. So can y'all just not? You know? But yeah, even though Mendici is making it about him and Yandy, nobody cares. Carly admits that she asked Ashley about the threesome, which she continues to act as if she never said anything. Rennie says it was just a miscommunication. It wasn't a miscommunication. Miscommunication implies it was not intentful. Like, it wasn't the intent to cause a problem. No, she's trying to cause issue with Ashley by playing semantics. It is very much intentional. It's not a miscommunication, but okay, Rennie. Um, Carly throws out the apology like, here, take it. Like, okay, girl, I'm sorry. Rennie says, okay, that's not really the apology, but I think she meant it. Rennie, don't do that. And that's your problem, Rennie. That's your problem. You need to start taking people at face value and stop applying extra meaning onto it, because they've manipulated you into thinking that they're a better person than they actually are. And I think Rennie may not recognize that, because a lot of us, like, you know, as young women, we don't recognize how often we try to create a backstory to make it okay to still be around people that ain't shit. You do it with men, you do it with family members, and now you're doing it with friends. Carly's not a good friend. Carly is a fake ass bitch, and everybody knows it. Carly's been a fake ass bitch since she got on this show. Never been loyal to not a motherfucking person. She's not even loyal to her coochie. Okay? She's not loyal to anybody. So the way she has weaponized her tears in these latter years has kind of like made everybody forget about how unapologetically ain't shit Carly has always been. Um, but yeah, Rennie, she's not good people. So you acting like, you know, oh no, she doesn't really mean it. Yes, she does. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Rennie says that that's not who Carly is, and she spent time with Ashley and she's by herself. And I don't think she's being nitpicky or bitchy. She wants to be a part of the group. They group hug and then they decide to start over. And, Rennie was like, I still feel like you ain't really letting it go like that, until Carly actually like was like, okay, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, she actually looks at the girl is crying. Mama D has a at no point does anybody hold Mama D accountable, and Mama D doesn't say a word. I thought that was very interesting. Mama D didn't say a word. Just kept her arm around Ashley. And I low key feel like she did that because of what she did to Zane. I think her being there in support of Ashley while Zane was gone was for Zane, because essentially you did fuck over Zane. It's your fault that shit all came out the way it did. Zane did not intend for that to come out the way it did. So the entire group comes together. Selma says that the texts were old. They all drop it because everybody has cheated. Fuck all that outside noise. Scrappy thanks everyone for coming and says he knows that Zane didn't mean any harm. This is another moment where you're extending this narrative that Zane didn't mean any harm, because you are a part of the reason why all of this shit happened. Like, Scrappy was throwing rocks and hiding his hand this entire fucking episode. It was annoying to me that he was able to continue to skate as if he did not know about the shit, just like Zane did, as if he didn't know that Zane wanted to have a conversation with 24 hours one-on-one, and that was the plan. Never did Scrappy say, we was trying to talk to you alone, son. We were going to tell you alone, but Mama D just did this. At no time did I hear Scrappy actually verbalize that. And I don't know if it's because production is cutting some shit out, but it's just very weird. The way it's never brought up that this wasn't actually Zane's fault. Like, I don't understand. Like, it being brought up on your anniversary is not Zane's fault. Mama D brought it up. Zane didn't want to bring it up, but had decided that everybody was talking about it, so he might as well say something before it gets back to 24 hours, because not everybody knows about it. Because in essence, Zane is messy and can't control himself, and had to say the shit to everybody because he felt uncomfortable, and he was really hoping somebody else would do it, but just not like that. I think he wanted the men to do it. That's what I think. I don't think he ever really had that conversation for real around the women, but the men talk to the women. Scrappy acts like he don't talk to the women, but he do. Um, I think that he was having that conversation with the men, hoping that the men would help him have that conversation with 24 hours, but nobody wanted to actually be a part of that conversation. So they just left it on Zane's shoulders. Yeah. Um, then they start talking about, Zane apologizes to Carly. If I was him, I wouldn't apologize to Carly for shit, but he did it to make nice. Rennie says that Ashley doesn't need help. I said, except for you, right, Rennie? And that's the thing. Y'all want to say that Ashley doesn't need help, but Ashley did need help. Ashley needed all the support in the fucking world in order for Carly Red to stop being an asshole to her. Rennie, you had to like give energy that you was gonna beat Carly's ass if she didn't stop acting like that. Like, you was acting like a elder, a mama, a grandmother who was trying to get two kids to talk it out, whatever the issues was. And one of them is acting, all right, now don't make me beat your ass. Have this conversation so you can get back with your sister, okay? You can make up with your sister, okay? I don't want no violence in my house, so don't make me beat your ass. Have the conversation. Be nice. That's what Rennie was doing. That's what Rennie was doing. To me, that gave you needed help. That meant Ashley really did need help and could not handle y'all's group on her own. But everybody hugs it out. It's all good. Mendici says whatever is going on is none of our business. Everybody was giving their goodbyes because it seemed like it's the last episode of the season. And Selma versus Sierra is coming soon. I'm sure they'll be back soon. They've been coming back fairly quickly once they end the season. But yeah, I wonder if they need to go back to having reunions. I miss reunions. But Mendici saying whatever is going on is none of our business and we're done. You're done. And I'm like, I hope you're done. I hope you're done. I hope you and Yandy go do other shit. I hope y'all don't come back to Love and Hip Hop. That's my prayer. That's my prayer. So yeah, y'all, I think that was basically all that had went down. That's who Dropkick 2. I'll be back here at 4 o'clock for a BondyBlue show, and we'll be talking about, the things, girl. We have got to talk about this DoorDash situation on TikTok. I don't know if y'all have been like paying attention to the DoorDash situation, but it's insane. So we have to talk about that. Anyway, I will be back at 4:30. I think I set the live for 4:30. But I'll be back then, and I hope you guys become members, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.